Right, we got to know studio now Emile Struwig and Lerato Sejeng from Voix de Viile, or the voice of the village. Now, these two young men refer themselves as the fruits of the Rainbow Nation. And earlier on today, they were also at F&B Stadium, where they participated in the memorial service. And I know that from your side, Lerato, you were there. Welcome. What was that experience like for you?
Madiba's magic. You know, it was so nice to see people from all over the country, from all walks of life, coming together, uniting, honoring and paying respect, tribute to the late Nelson Mandela. It was such an emotional thing for me, because after today, I don't want to, well, from our side, we don't want this to be the last thing. We should carry on living as a Rainbow Nation, you know. We don't have to wait for such events for us to get together.
Emile, we were talking about watching the memorial service from our homes and the comfort of our homes, but just feeling the spirit and being here together today as a musical collective, but also as friends. This must have been a magic moment, because I don't think we would be sitting here collectively had it not been for the powerful force of that untamed lion that eventually became the leading spirit of forgiveness, variety, and just pure celebration of humanity.
It is amazing to see how all these world leaders just literally left everything they were busy doing and just adapted to their schedules, and they made plans and they flew down to South Africa. And to see people like Obama and Oprah Winfrey and these people just supporting Madiba and South Africa, it's unbelievable to think that we are part of a nation that has a world leader that left behind such a legacy. And I mean, that makes us proudly South African.
Voix de Viile.
I know French.
Yeah, it's French. It's Voice of the City.
Tell me more about that, because I mean it sounds attractive enough.
It does.
But at the same time, I want to know the deeper meaning, because I'm very inquisitive like that.
Well, I mean, the name came about, myself and Emile.
Yeah.
We were looking for a name to go as a collective. And we were just bouncing ideas off each other. And he came up with the name Voix de Viile. Like, dude, Voix de Viile, what's that? He was like, no, it's not Voix de Viile. It's pronounced Voix de Viile. I'm like, okay, and then I just looked it up, and it meant Voice of the City. I was like, okay, this is interesting, you know. We from different parts of life, you know.
He's Xhosa and I'm Afrikaans.
Well, not Xhosa.
How does this combination get together?
Well, Voice of the City literally just sums up what we were all about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, how we met, I actually met Emile 2011 at a restaurant, and he was there performing. I was just having drinks, having dinner with friends. And after his performance, I actually approached him and told him what I was doing, what I was busy with, and actually wanted to work with him, you know. And thanks to democracy, thanks to Nelson Mandela for fighting for freedom, you know, I was able to approach him, I was able to talk to him, because if it wasn't for democracy, none of that could have happened.
But I mean, this journey is very interesting. And again, Emile, when you look at the different contrasts and the people that were at the stadium, and I'm sure you'd have picked it up as well, not only from the world leaders or from the celebrities that came through to be there today, but from ordinary South Africans who had been there overnight. Do you think that this dream of a united Rainbow Nation is something that is sustainable?
I think it's a definite... The thing is, I grew up in a household where racism wasn't talked about, being Afrikaans. And I know things are kind of hectic out there, but as a musician and as an artist, music is love, and I think love is the strongest language. And I grew up in a house filled with love, and love breaks racial barriers, and I think if people have not realized that, it's time to do.
And it's such a beautiful feeling, emotion to feel, which is that of love.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility as storytellers, through broadcasting, through music, through artistry, of the future. How do we take this responsibility that has been bestowed upon us to make sure that we lead by example, and not just by our words, but our actions and our physical beings?
Definitely. Well, I think going forward, Nelson, the late Utata, Nelson Mandela, he has passed on a knowledge to us, and it's our duty, it's our responsibility moving forward, you know, making sure that this country grows. We need to pass on the knowledge to the up-and-coming generation, to the youngsters, you know. We need to teach them what was taught to us back then by Nelson Mandela.
I know that this next question is something a little bit more personal, because Not in that way.
He's like, don't go there.
Because, you know, sometimes, you know, people want a lasting memory of someone, and other people actually just want to have that last look and appreciation and devotion to them. And you know that the former president's body will be lying in state as of tomorrow at the Union Buildings. Now, is that something that you both considered that you will do, or is it a journey that you're not comfortable with? I mean, what's your feeling about that?
Well, look, from my side, because such an event has never taken place in this country. I think for me, I'm definitely going to go. I would love to go there and be there, experience, if I actually come close to seeing the body of Nelson Mandela, it will be an honor for me, you know. I mean, the great leaders across the world, that's what happens when great leaders pass on. And Nelson Mandela, for me, he was one of the greatest men to walk this earth.
Same question.
Yeah, I'm a bit, I feel a bit different about it, but I've been thinking about it the whole day. He is such a hero in my life, and his legacy will live on for, I think, probably thousands of years from now. And I am in this generation that has the opportunity to go, and therefore I will be going.
I say, let's go.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Wasn't blind, but now I see. When we've been here for 10,000 years, bright, shining like the sun, and by grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace that will lead me home. Through the darkness and the toll, ooh, and all of the scare, I've come through, and this grace that brought me, safe, and the grace that will lead me home.
Amazing grace. Amazing grace. Thank you so much. Emile representing Voix, which is Voices of the City, a beautiful collective born and bred and so proudly South African. And these are the fruits of the Rainbow Nation, the fruits of Utata's hard work. Tata was a storyteller, Tata was a mentor, Tata was an advisor. But one thing we can know for sure is Tata was a man who was very proud of his achievements, but also just as proud of the fact that he wasn't too perfect.